polite. Okay, of course, we all do. So, one sign that I remember very clearly, I'm nuts, I just realized I forgot a bunch of stuff. One sign I remember very clearly is the sign for try. And that sign in ASL is try, or try. Okay. That sign in ISL is try.
Oh.
And so I was like looking at that, and I was like, yeah, don't sign that, please. Don't sign it. And she's like, okay. So, right? So, you know, think about if you came over here and you thought, oh, they'll probably know us, and you go up to somebody and you're like, I want to try this. It looks bad. And throughout my travels, there's been a lot of that. And I will share more of that, where things get misunderstood. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was really right in your thought, but can you go back really quick to the Fulbright
Yeah,
scholarship thing?
sure, of course.
So is that only for people outside of like the United States, or can people from the United States go for the grant and go to a different country?
Sorry, I didn't clarify that. It's a good question. So yes, so the Italy-Ireland one, that's very deaf related, is students from Italy come to the U.S. like these two did, and then students from America could go to Italy. So it's not an exchange. It doesn't have to be an equal exchange,
Right.
but it's just a country exchange.
Okay.
At large is the same way. So you as an American, yes, you can definitely go, you know, apply for the grant, hopefully get the grant, and go overseas and do something. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
So it does go both ways.
Cool.
And sometimes they do have some that are like just recent graduate base, and some of them are like professional base.
Okay.
There are a lot of like ambassador like programs like that. When I was younger, I did a program called People to People Student Ambassadors, and so did you do that?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I went over to Europe, to Italy, Greece, France, and England.
Nice, nice. See, that's awesome. I went to the South Pacific, Australia and New Zealand, and it was the only place I'd ever want to be was Australia. And that was a program established by Dwight D. Eisenhower, if I remember correctly, after World War II to help engage in understanding between countries. And that's really very similar to what Fulbright wants. You know, I just actually wrote a recommendation for somebody who just applied to go to Italy last week. And I'm hoping she gets it. So yeah, I would definitely encourage you to research more. But yeah, you can definitely go overseas. There's a lot. I'll mention a lot of different ways you can get yourself overseas.
Okay.
I promise. So try. Okay. Try. We'll use this sign. Try. So that was an interesting experience to me. How some signs in ASL could be the same sign in another language, but have a very, very different meaning, and how some signs just in general are completely different. Yes.
I'm curious, are their country signs similar to ours or completely different?
You mean Ireland?
Yes.
What do you mean by country? Like country?
What's their sign for like America or like Ireland?
Right.
Is it the same?
Okay, good question. So, no. But more and more countries are leaning toward borrowing the sign name of that specific country.
Okay.
So if I went over there, I would meet people that would sign America. Mostly because they know that's our sign.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen, I don't know where it was it Italy or somewhere? I've seen some people sign America like this. Any ideas why?
Inside the hole?
Inside the bowl, yep. Any idea?
No, I'm scared.
Because we're another country, we
We're
can't
another-
keep to ourselves.
Yep. Nosy country.
Ah.
Okay. I've seen this one's really bad, so I really hope it doesn't offend anybody. I've also seen this sign because of 9/11. The two towers.
Oh.
I see. Oh, that's interesting.
So it's interesting because we have derogatory signs for other countries. I mean, you've seen New York, or even for other states. You've seen New York, you've seen Louisiana, okay? You would never actually sign this, you would sign Louisiana. So same idea, they have their signs, right? So if I went over there and signed Ireland like this, ASL sign,
So what is theirs for Ireland?
their sign for Ireland is like this. So that's a really good question. But like I said, some of the countries have their own sign for that country, like we do. So our sign in ASL for Ireland is Ireland.
Mhm.
In Italy, the sign for Ireland is Ireland. In Italian Sign Language. Okay. Whereas in Ireland, the actual sign is Ireland. Does that answer your question? Okay, cool. So, the other thing I wanted to mention is the two other Fulbright scholars I met, Humberto, and his sign name looks like this. He actually was very interesting because one of my favorite experiences from Gallaudet was playing volleyball at lunchtime. And it was really cool because we'd all go to the gymnasium, faculty, staff, graduate students, undergrad, we'd all go there and we'd play volleyball. And teams would mix up every day. And as I got to know Humberto, I later found out that he was a part of the Deaf Olympics. Have you guys heard of the Deaf Olympics? Okay, so you guys are familiar with that, good. You guys know the sign for that. Deaf Olympics, good. He played on the Italian national team in volleyball. So, as we became pretty good friends, if we were on opposing teams and he was serving and he could aim it and I'm sitting here like this, he was aiming for me. And it was the best feeling in the world to be able to dig up one of his serves. Like, because, I mean, he's aiming for you and he's jump serving, the ball's coming at you. So just be happy it doesn't hit you square in the face, right? So when you bump it, and not only just bump it and go somewhere else, but like bump it and it looks good, man, you're like, you know, right? Well, then I later found out that some of the other students there were also Deaf Olympians. They were American Deaf Olympians. So, holy crap. You know, for me and for us being in the deaf world, that's pretty awesome. I just got to play volleyball with Deaf Olympians, Italian and American. You know, I don't know if you guys know, but the Deaf Olympics just finished up, I forget where. Hungary?
Russia. It was
Russia.
It started with an S.
Yeah, it was Russia, you're right.
Yeah, it was in Russia. But,
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
excuse me.
Just finished up in Russia. No, it wasn't Russia. It's not Russia.
Isn't it?
No, because it was the Summer Games. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Russia.
Russia's coming up.
Russia's
Oh,
coming-
Russia's coming up. So
Slovenia. Was it?
Ah,
I think
it was
it's-
something with an S.
I think it's Slovenia. I just remember this is the sign, I think. So what country it is, I don't remember. But did you guys know that you guys can go volunteer for the Deaf Olympics?
No.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a way to go overseas, you'd obviously have to save some money up. I get that. But you can go volunteer at the Deaf Olympics. I don't know the entire procedure. I've only looked into it once or twice because it's never worked out for me.